Jason, the Orange showed just how far their depth can take them as they got big contributions from several players, including Dion Waiters, James Sutherland, Chris Joseph, and Scoop Jardine. Plus, Rakeem Christmas and Baikita came up big on defense to help the Orange get farther than they made it last year when they lost to Marquette in the round of 32.
The Bills are hoping to build on last year's 5-2 start as training camp opens for the 2012 season. They added some big pieces in the offseason with the goal to end what is now the NFL's longest current playoff drought at 12 seasons.
This story continues to unfold as Syracuse firing Bernie Fine in the wake of today's revelations. ESPN releasing a recording made by alleged victim Bobby Davis having a conversation with Fine's wife Lori.
And BMX not only for the Olympics in the streets of London. If you've never been on a course or bike yourself but would like to, help is just a short ride away at a local BMX track down in Bridgewater.
Jen out in front. Curry tries to make a move.
Every great athlete needs a place to cut their teeth, and for future Olympic BMXers, tracks like CNY BMX are that place.
This is a good building block for it. Once the kids, if they've been racing for a while, they usually take that next step, go to the state, regional, national level, and at that point the tracks become a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more dangerous, I guess you could use that word.
Nick Rauch is not only the director at the track in Bridgewater, but he's also a rider. Jason, this was a tough game for SU, especially with the officiating. As Julie Boeheim passed the media in the hallway after the game, she even joked, I guess the refs are going to the Final Four. Well, questionable calls on both teams aside, this one tough for SU, the Orange, especially with the absence of a certain center all tournament.
It was a beautiful day for golf here at the NB3 Challenge, though fans didn't pack the Adunio the way they usually do. Tiger Woods was the big draw coming in, but it was the team that won in 2010 making the biggest waves.
Jay, people were reminiscing about the 2012 Hall of Fame class here in Cooperstown. Of course, the two members, Barry Larkin and Ron Santo, and really a lot of great things were said about these two deserving inductees. There's nothing quite like football training camp season. Just ask the Colgate Raiders, who are back here at Andy Kerr Stadium, getting ready for another exciting season of gridiron action in the Patriot League.
We're great friends, everybody, so, when we make a big play on offense, we let the defense know about it, and, vice versa. So, it's just great to be out here, once again, and start the season.
Training camp is all about getting reps, no matter who you are, because you never know who's going to make a splash later in the season.
Walk, see what the freshmen are going to do, and they're nervous and see how they're going to react. And, I think that's the neat part about it is just, that somewhere down the road, somebody we're not counting on is going to step up and play, and we're going to find out. And no pads on, beautiful weather, everybody's here, so it's great, and we're undefeated, which is important.
The team is excited to be back because the start of football season brings a lot more activity to the little town of Hamilton.
Colgate football's pretty big here, so I think a lot of people are excited for this year to come. We come back here week 3, and, just the student body that comes out to support us for that game is great. Parents out here, alumni. This environment's pretty great, for that first game, and, you're glad to be back here in front of your hometown.
That Week 3 game is against Sacred Heart on September 15th. But first, the Raiders open the season on the 1st at UAlbany. On the campus of Colgate University, Mike Levin, News Channel 2 Sports.
Now, News Channel 2 Sports with Mike Levin.
For the third straight Labor Day, I had a chance to spend a little time at Pathfinder Village, a community for people with Down syndrome in Edmiston. Baseball Hall of Famer Fergie Jenkins, who's this year's celebrity host at the Otesaga Hotel Seniors Open, was also there and had a lot of fun playing ball with the residents.
How we doing, Fergie? Hey, Mark. Hey.
Doing good. All right. Hi. Who's the best hitter?
I'm the best hitter.
Okay, all right.
Fergie, tell me about what you thought of Pathfinder Village.
Pretty exciting, but I don't want to come back here and play sports. So I got hit around pretty good. These youngsters seemed like every ball they hit was a line drive to the outfield. I only had a couple of ground balls hit, but we had a lot of fun playing. So it was pretty interesting. I think everything's pretty self-sufficient. They have their own little village. I think that eating and apartments is pretty amazing. Amazing to have that much in this small community, which is really nice to see.
Linda!
wiffle ball with them was quite an experience. But this is something new, and I didn't think this village was here this close to Cooperstown. But now it's a new experience for me, understanding what these youngsters go through, trying to live their life, and to mature as they get older.
1, 2, 3.
Welcome to Sunday Night Sports Extra, everyone. Yankee fans, don't worry. The last time the Yanks were down 0-2 in a best-of-7, well, the 2001 World Series. But in that series, New York had 3 straight at home, and yes, they ended up losing. But how about this? The last time they went down 0-2 in a best-of-7 with the next 3 on the road, the 1996 World Series, which they won. Yanks and Tigers, ALCS Game 2, just hours after the 12th and final inning of Game 1. This one ended in controversy. Yanks starting pitcher Hiroki Kuroda rolling. Top 3 fans Omar Infante, 11 Ks and 7 2/3 for Kuroda. His opposite number, Anibal Sanchez, just as tough. Gets Nick Swisher. Yanks hit just 4 for 31. Robinson Cano's 0 for 26, the worst streak in MLB postseason history. Top 7, still no score until this fielder's choice, hit by Delman Young. Robinson Cano can't turn the DP, and Quentin Berry scores. 8th inning, warning, warning, bad call coming on the single by Austin Jackson. Swisher, the throw to Cano to get Infante at second. Umpire Jeff Nelson says safe, but the replay shows differently. He's out, it's not even close. It's called replay, folks. We need it for every play. Joe Girardi ejected later in the inning. Tigers win 3-0 to take the 2-0 series lead. After the game, Girardi talked about that missed call, as did former Yankee skipper Joe Torre.
It happens. Certainly, we don't mean for it to happen, and the umpires, you have to be in that room to appreciate how the effect it has on an umpire that misses a call, you know, especially in postseason where, you know, obviously the chips are on the table. But
it's hard to let it go, you know, when it changes the complexion of the game, you know, possibly. That's hard. I mean, this is not a game in April. You know, I mean, there's going to be things that happen in April, and a lot of times there's time. But, I mean, this is the best-of-7, and that's a hard thing to do.
In case you missed it last night, the Bronx Bombers without Derek Jeter for the rest of the postseason. The Yankee captain fracturing his ankle in the top of the 12th of Game 1 Saturday. I make no apologies for my rooting interest against the Pinstripers, but as a baseball fan, I just hope this isn't the end of his Hall of Fame career. Probably won't be. The Yanks still have to pick up the pieces in this series. Game 2, the first ALCS game the Bronx Bombers have played without number 2 since 1981. NLCS beginning tonight with the Giants and Cardinals, last 2 World Series champs. Just the 3rd time these 2 baseball powerhouses have faced each other in this round. Last time was 2002. First time was in 1987. Cardinals winning Game 1 6-4.